Okay. Let's see. What is going on, people? Looks like we're back in the house. Hold on a second. All right. Cool. We are back in effect. So let's jump off with this PM hustle. A lot of stuff's been going on, and I just got back in the office, so to speak. And there was a lot of crazy stuff in my email. It was just like, you gotta be kidding me. All right. Here we go. All right, we should be rocking and rolling now. Cool. Let's see what's going on. Let me hit up a few people here. Now, what we're going to talk about tonight is the cost of free information. There was a little fuckery going on this weekend, right? It's not bad. But I feel the need to talk about a few things. And one of them is free information. I have people who go on and on. Why should I pay for any information that I can find for free? Now, whenever someone says that to me, the way that thing is phrased lets me know they truly don't understand this thing called opportunity cost. There is nothing, and I do mean nothing, that's free. Nothing. And there are many people who are hoping and wishing and have their hopes and dreams predicated on that free thing, and it just doesn't exist. Everything that you do, there is an opportunity cost. If you're doing something, that means you can't do something else. And this is one of the craziest things that I consistently see in the online space. Now, let's talk about who you are and because in some cases, it makes a lot of sense for you to get information for free. It makes a ton of sense. It is perfect. It's for you. And we're going to talk about exactly what is the best person for the information to be free. And it starts off with, what is your economic baseline? Now they're going like, economic baseline? Yes. What is your economic baseline? What is that thing? And for those of you who are looking for some helpful information, and it's not free because it's going to take the most valuable resource that you have, your time. For insanely helpful stuff, under each video, click show more and you'll be directed there. Now, when people are looking for stuff for free, because that term is something that started probably in the reseller community about 2012. And there were many people who's like, hey, and they would go out their way. It's like, look, hey. I'm going to help you, and it's for free. I'm not trying to charge you anything. I am not trying to sell a book. I am not trying to sell a course. Now, that's cool. You don't want to sell a book. You don't want to sell a course, and you want to help people. That's cool. Now, this is what's funny about that. Of all the people who said that and who was like, I'll never charge for information, virtually all of them ended up charging for information or creating a paid situation, or they disappeared. So part of that is, as a content creator, someone who does this stuff, putting things out for you, it's not free. There's internet, there's time, there's opportunity cost. So it's not free on any side of the time, on any side of the coin. But you have people who are in that situation and they are kind of just not really feeling, how can I say it? They want to be helpful and they're finding out that there's a lot more to this than what they originally thought. Let's put it that way. So they're out there trying to help people, and then they find out the opportunity cost, and this is on the side of the content creator, is they get a lot of emails. I've seen people who came on YouTube out the goodness of their heart, helped a lot of people, and then when they decided to stop helping people, people turned on them. Now, these folks took time out their day, actually may have not made money because the time that they were doing things to help people, they could have been making money in their own endeavors. So you've got that going on. And you have this notion that because it's online, it should be free, and there's no value. But let's just jump into who does the free sweat equity model works the most for. If you don't have an economic baseline, and when I say economic baseline, what is your per hour rate? What is your per hour rate? How much money do you make per hour hustling? Do you know? Have you asked yourself this? Have you even put pen to paper? Have you come up with this stuff? Because if you don't know what your per hour hustling rate is, then you have no economic baseline. You're out there hustling by the seat of your pants, which sounds exciting and it's fun and it makes a great romantic story. Like, hey, I was out there hustling $1,000 this week. But you don't get to produce predictable and reproducible results because you're just out there hustling by the seat of your pants. So first thing that you have to do is create an economic baseline. You have to have your own economic baseline. You have to know where you stand economically in your hustle chain. So I'm going to give you some examples. Say your name is Harry the Hustler, right? And your economic baseline is $25 an hour. When you're hustling, when you're doing things that produce income, you make $25 per hour. So if you hustle 8 hours out the day, that's $200 a day. And since you're a hustler, there's no such thing as days off and weekends off and holidays. So you're hustling 7 days a week. So at $25 an hour with a 7-day work week, your economic base is $25 per hour, $1,400 per week. So once again, going back to when I used to work in the laboratory, when you are going to the lab, for them to know if your biochemistry is out of whack, there has to be a baseline. There has to be a standard of this is a healthy range for this blood level, for your blood glucose, or for your lipids. There's a certain level that's healthy. There's a certain level that's not healthy. For you to do your economic baseline, you've got to have that same kind of measurement of your economic income, of your income. All right, so Harry the Hustler, $25 per hour, $1,400 per week, $5,600 a month, roughly $60,000 a year. Okay, that's your economic baseline. If you're Harry the Hustler, you make $25 per hour. Okay, so you're out there hustling, right? And for you to come on YouTube, to go anywhere, to read a book, to do anything, you cannot devote that time to hustling. Let's just say you're smart, Harry the Hustler, you dedicate 4 hours per day for learning new things, for continuing education. So let's just block that out. So that's 4 hours a day times 5 days a week. That's 20 hours. That's 80 hours a month that you dedicate to free education. Now, what did we just do? We've established what you make is $25 an hour. So let's look at this. If you changed, now let's go with the 4 hours. Let's not get too far ahead. So you have those 4 hours, right? Now, why do you have 4 hours? Because when you're getting your quote information for free, you have to watch the YouTube video. You have to listen to the podcast. You have to read the book. or you have to read the blog. So there is a opportunity cost to do that. You cannot do your hustling because you're learning. Okay, so you with me? Now, what? So you're making $25 an hour. So $1,400 a week, 2,800 every 2 weeks, $5,600 a month. So if you could spend $150, and get information that reduce that 4 hours to 1 hour a day. So that's 5 hours a week, 20 hours a month. Then you take that those 60 hours that you were using to hunt down information, to collate, to qualify, to research, to network with people. If you took that 60 hours, now you spent 150, and I'm going to do a calculator because anytime my math's a little off, people are like, you got it wrong. Oh my God, you got it wrong. So 60 times 25 is 1,500. It's 1,500. All right, so you spend $150 and you save, and you were able to take time that you were using to acquire free information and make $1,500. Now, that's just 1 month. Let's times that times 12. So you spend $150 to realize $18,000. So by you doing it yourself, I used to be like you. This is how I know. That's why I can speak candidly to you, thinking you could figure it out by dedicating those 4 hours or more to watching every video you could on the subject. You cost yourself $18,000 to $30,000. So is it free now? Is it free? It's not free because of the opportunity cost. And this is what cracks me up because, like I said, I used to be like you. I used to do this. I used to say the same stupid shit. And then my income increased when I started spending money on education. Because let me give you my role of what I do for you. I collate the information. I put it together in a format that makes it easy to understand, save you time so you could take that time to go out and make more money. Now, no one else has broken this down to you because they're like, you can get it for free. Why? They don't have an economic baseline. They don't know how much they make per hour. They have no 90 days of average sales to know what they're doing. None of this stuff. None of this stuff. But they're helping you. They are fucking you because typically, let's go with the opportunity cost. That is a way for them to get your attention, which is the most valuable thing that you have. It's the most valuable thing you have. That's it. That's it. So next time you hear those words, you don't have to pay. You're getting it for free. Do this. Pull out a sheet of paper, notepad or something, and put down what's your per hour rate. Now, if you don't know what your per hour rate is, do this. Go ahead and look at your sales for the last 90 days. Then subtract your cost, and what's left over is your profit. And divide that number by how many hours that you've worked. And for some of you, it's going to be less than minimum wage. For a lot of you, it might be less than minimum wage. You put in 100 hours a week and you made $600. That's less than minimum wage. I think minimum wage is like $7 an hour. So for those of you who are looking to cut your streamline down, to cut your education down, check out my special at hustlerskungfu.com. Right there is systems, courses, and stuff that will help you cut that learning curve drastically down so you can take more time to go out there and hustle and make more money. And if you really want to do something really snazzy, go ahead and get the special, which ends November 6th. $420, you get everything. No, $450, my bad. Or you can do a payment plan. Understand, with payment plans, the longer it takes you to pay, the more that you pay. So understand that. That's just simple business. But back to, is it, the cost of free the good, the bad, the ugly. You've got these people out there who are talking about that stuff. Let's see what's going on. I don't think there's any questions there. Cool. Hold on. Let's see. Making sure. Hello to the people. Hello, folks. Okay, there we go. So that is the cost. There is no such thing as for free. Nothing. There's always an opportunity cost. Okay, now that we talked about that, establishing your economic baseline, how much you make per hour hustling, subtracting the cost of stuff. Now let's get back to who does spending the time, the hours learning benefit the most. Now this is the thing that's going to shock you. The least amount of money that you make, if you don't make a lot of money hustling, it behooves you to spend as much time as possible gathering all of the resources that do not cost you money, but cost you time. Once again, notice how I said that. They don't cost you money, they cost you time. And that's a way, I mean, if you're not making any money, and if you're a broker, then broke dick Danny, that's what you got to do. You've got to go ahead, collate the information, find out who speaks to you. There's a lot of people who watch me. I speak to them. They get the vibe. They like it. There's some people, they don't like what I have to say. And I think they should find someone else versus sending me hate grams and nasty emails saying, well, you need to do this. No, I don't need to do a fucking thing. You don't like this channel? Go, cool. Go somewhere else. Don't subscribe and unsubscribe, subscribe and unsubscribe, subscribe and unsubscribe. Then hope that I will change, because here we are in year 7 and I'm the same. Know that. So let's talk about how do you go ahead and develop your economic baseline when you're not making any money. Draw a big fat zero. You're not losing money to hustling because you're not making money hustling. So you can go ahead and grab all the books, all the resources. You can come to this channel, I'm going to show you something. And a lot of people do not do this, which just cracks me up. But when you come to the channel, this is how you find stuff. Because people, I mean, I'll tell you a little funny story. I have a crack habit. That's the rumor. I drive for Uber. That's another rumor. And I live in a huddle. True story. All right, so this is what you do. I'm going to show you something. You go here. You come in here. You come to the channel. And if you're looking for, and I'm going to break it down for you. This is the show. I'm going to have more guests in the future. This is all the videos for this year. This is AM Hustle, getting your mind right. AM Hustle, PM Hustle here. The American Hustler Podcast. How to Make Money 2014. A lot of resources if you just go to the front page and just use this. Well, not that one, but come down, use this. Just hit search. A lot of people are really digging the Craigslist information. Just go ahead, put Craigslist in there, and you'll be good to go. You'll be golden, as I like to say. So go there, look for stuff that you're interested in, and you can find many resources to help you. But if you're not making any money, binge out. Watch as many videos as you can, read as many blogs, and then at a certain point, you got to take action. You definitely have to take action, because if you don't, all that information, all that gathering of stuff means nothing. Means absolutely nothing. Nothing. Nothing from nothing leaves nothing. So you are not Harry the Hustler. You are broke dick Danny. You're trying to get your hustle on. Now, how do you pick someone to follow? Okay. Number one, pick folks who are going to be honest with you, because there's always people who I'll use myself. I'll be unvarnished. Glendon 007 was designed to make money. That's been my mission. That's been my statement. That's been my stance since 2009. It has not changed. Now, how many people have said they want to be your friend, they're going to give you all this great information for free, then turn around and try to charge you? I haven't done that because I've been trying to make money. I'll be like, I have enough confidence or faith in my stuff to say, hi, my name is Glendon Cameron. I have information that will help you make money, save you time, and give you a better life. And I'm going to charge you for it. That's the message. See, when you're not lying, you don't have to go back and like, well, I just said, no. Or do these long ass hangouts, trying to justify the fact that you are flip flop Fred. Like, I'm over here. I'm over here. I'm over here. Oh no, I didn't say that. Well, here's a video. Fuck you. You're a hater. You're a hater. That kind of stuff. You got to. Now, let's talk about people who should spend money on information. Okay, let's say you are Harry the Hustler and you've been hustling hard. Been hustling really, really, really hard. Your income was $25 an hour hustling. Now you have doubled your income. You're $50 an hour. So you're now making $2,800 a week. You're 11 grand a month. It doesn't behoove you to take 4 hours to look for certain things, because now you're losing $50 an hour to quote find stuff for free. So those 4 hours that let's say 3, because we put it down. I think everyone should do continuing education at least an hour a day, 5 days a week, everybody. So recapture those 3 hours, which are now $150 a day. So every 10 days is $1,500. So every 30 days, that's $4,500 that you can make hustling, that you're now using to look for free information that will make you pennies. And let's talk about this, because now that I've moved and everything, I'm going to get into the courses again. At some point, you have to change your average selling price. I went from a $9 ebook to a $19 ebook to a $59 ebook to a $99 ebook to a $25 course to a $40 course to a $50 course to $1,500. You have to push that price up. You have to just push the price up. You cannot play the bury the bottom feeder. You can't do that, because the bottom is crowded. I mean, there's not even elbow room at the bottom. But when you start getting to certain levels, you can look around. It's like flying first class. You can stretch your legs out, give you a nice warm blanket, drinks nice. You got room, got all these things to charge up your devices. It's lovely. It's lovely. So now you're $50 an hour. It does not pay you to go out and spend a lot of time learning how to hustle for free, when if you do your curation, and there's some vetting, and there's some time that you have to spend in looking for people who will speak to you, people that you trust. It's going to take a little time, but once you find those people, then start buying their products and then executing. Now, this is another thing. You cannot just take the information and then sit on it. You have to execute like a monster. You have to execute. You just can't I got this information, I'm doing this, it's working this way. No. You have to execute. So once you get this information, as soon as you get this information, you do one action point. You take something and you start executing on it. I'll give you this one. Go to Smart Passive Income podcast and listen to the podcast with Pat Flynn and Lewis Howes. I listened to that thing 10 times and I executed within 2 days and I made some money. So, and that's information that I got that I didn't have to pay cash for, but the podcast is an hour long. I'll listen to it from start to finish 10 times. That's 10 hours. It's 10 hours. There's a cost to time. There's a cost to time. 10 hours of my life. I don't get those 10 hours back. They're not renewable. I get a new Tuesday next week, but I don't get this Tuesday or Monday, whatever day it is. I don't get that again. There's a cost to doing these things, and many people are just not up on that. So you got to execute. Get the information and execute and run. You are better off executing and making mistakes than to acquire a bunch of information and learn nothing other than you got this information. Because the thing is, frequently, unless it's evergreen principles, the information is going to change. It's definitely going to change. So you have to execute. Now, this is something else, and this is something I got from Brian Tracy years ago. I probably spend anywhere, it's not 5 or 10% of my income. I spend probably, there's the $20 a month for Audible. Let's say $150 a month for educational materials every month. So we're like close to $2,000 a year. That's plenty. Most people don't spend half of that. So get in the habit of paying for your education. Paying, going to seminars, going to conventions and networking with like-minded people. That stuff will pay off for you like you wouldn't believe. I mean, it's just, you make good friends. These people have the passion. They are right there with you in the belly of the beast trying to make it happen. They're definitely trying to make it happen. So when you're sitting there, because I understand what it's like to be poor, I understand what it's like not to have any money. I totally get that. And at some point, you're going to have to get yourself mentally prepared to be successful in the future by sacrificing now. And I'm not saying go out and get loans or get in a credit card debt to buy stuff. I'm not talking about that. If there's a course that you need, you may have to get a part-time job for a month or two to save up for it. You could pay cash. And I'm going to tell you something about doing it that way. If you write down the goal and you put that goal somewhere you can see it, then you take action, your multiple returns are going to be stupid out. I mean, they're going to be out of proportion to the amount of effort that you put in, because you're bringing all of this energy of abundance into your life. Because when you write down a goal, that's an act of faith. That's an act of faith. So there's a few people leaving some questions. Let's see. All right. We got Nick. Hello. Ricardo Bravo. Hello, David Quintana. Hey. Comfort Zone Studio, you're welcome. Monica SF, what's up? Louis the Seller, it's funny, I've always been observing those that were against paid content but now offer it themselves. Louis, who's been around since day one, knows exactly who I'm talking about. They claim the only difference between them and others is they don't overly promote their paid products. One in particular had a meltdown about it because he was the poster child for I'll never charge for information. I'm here to be your friend. And as Louis knows, he's full of shit. And there's other ones who are full of shit. Essentially, did I not say that they wanted to be like me, but they didn't have the talent? I said that 2 years ago. And here we are. And everybody sees. Because this is another thing about lying to people like that. Everybody's not stupid and everyone's not a coward. And I see that a lot of people are challenging these individuals, doing videos about them, and they're losing their minds. And I just sit back with my popcorn and enjoy it. Reginald T, I started $25 hustles. Thanks for the course. Thanks for signing up. Monica SF, how do you find those like-minded people that you can trust? Okay, look, this is two parts. First of all, you're going to have to give trust to get it. Now, this is one of the things about being a business owner. This is about being the leader. you're going to work harder than everyone else. You're going to put out trust, you're going to put out effort, and you will be disappointed, but you cannot let that stop you. Like, and I'll just go ahead and give you a very physical description. Like, you're a woman, so you ran into some bad dick, right? Did you stop fucking? No, you didn't stop fucking. You just like, I'm not fucking that bad dick anymore. That's the same thing with getting people out here to trust. Go ahead, extend a little bit of trust. I mean, because you think about it, if you go to a meeting, you talk to someone, there's a certain level of trust, but if it goes funky, it's not like you're going to lose your house or something. So extend trust. If it doesn't go well, it's like, hey, I'm not going to trust this person anymore, but I'm going to extend this trust to this person and just keep pushing with that. Another way to answer your question more directly, go to meetup.com, look for groups, and if there's not a group, create your own. So, T3 Divine Healing. It is Pat Flynn's Smart Passive Income podcast. Oh, Reginald beat me to it. Yeah, there's about 154 episodes, I believe. I've listened to at least 100, I know. And there's a ton of great information online. The thing is, you've got to listen to it. You have to take action. And you have to push really, really hard on that information. Because once you start doing this stuff, then you'll see all types of results. Because, I mean, I started off, the YouTube channel, and I have people in the group who, this is just something I'm toying with. I'm not going to say it's a go yet. But there's a lot of people who want to present their products or services in the group. Now, I'm not against it. However, I've built at least 6 Facebook groups, and I've learned a lot. And I know that when you have a group, and the group is moderated, I'll delete stuff. I have admins, they delete stuff. So it kind of keeps the group on point. And I think that's why the group is still robust, and there's just certain things we don't allow. But I'm thinking about, for these folks who want to be put on, I'm just going to push on it and say, hey, you want to go ahead and do this, then you've got to hold a webinar and you got to do all this other stuff. And if they flake, they can never post anything else again. Because for those who want a lot will be required of you. Once again, I'm just playing around with this. Don't know if that's going to happen. But there is a cost to information. Comfort zone. Whatever happened to the redneck picker? Oh, he has a store in California. He just stopped doing videos, but he's still hustling. Welcome back. I wasn't on vacation. I moved, man. That's not a vacation. That's not a vacation. I got this Fitbit. There was one day, and it was the day the movers and stuff came. It was like 1,500 steps. Damn near 8 miles. It wasn't a vacation, man. No. Also, I didn't have internet and other stuff, so that's what was going on with that. But yeah, we will get it crunk, because like I said, I've got some specials, and the big bundle ends it ends November 6th, and then we're going to get off into some other initiatives. But back on topic. There's a ton of wonderful information online. I can't count how many great YouTubers there are. I can't count how many great blogs there are. I can't count how many great podcasts there are. But they mean nothing if you don't take action. Let's see. Jariah the Riot. How much does an environment depend on a person's success, or is the success based on the individual? I think environment is super critical to success. If you are in a house full of negative people, give you an example. A friend of mine just started a new initiative. It really fits him, and he's starting to put his stuff out, and he's enjoying himself. And this is the 4th day he's already got negativity already. So environment, like I keep my environment free of negativity. I just keep that stuff out of there. I don't allow it. I don't hang around negative people. I've had family members that I have to love from afar. Just you are over there and you over there, and I can't let you in my sphere because you're just negative. So environment is super critical, and it's a combination. But let's just give you an example. Say you have this kid and he's growing up in a depressed economic environment, say the hood, the ghetto, really smart, is trying to do the right thing, but there's so many people around that kid that they get sucked in. Whereas if that kid was transported into a better environment, the trajectory of their life would be totally different. Environment is huge. It is huge, huge, huge. Here's let's see. Why, oh why? I'm scared to leave the corporate game. Why are you scared? Monica SF. Yes, there's a cost to info. I taught couponing for a little while. People don't have time to read up on it or research, and I made a little cash. Anything that you can create that frees up people's time, you can make some cash. Louis Glennon, what's your opinion about Ty Lopez? I've been following him, and he seems to repeat already what's been said by others. I like Ty. I share his information in the group, but I don't really know where he's coming from exactly. I don't know the angle of the game. If there's an angle, there may not be an angle. That just may be who he is. But that was pointed out because I posted something the other day, and it was just like, have you heard this before? And everybody that was in the group said, that's the stuff that's in 30 days to $2,500. And I say, exactly. So I'm not going to say he took my course because more than likely he did not. What I will say is that part of the internet is the filtering and flow of information. It just happens all of the time. And it's very hard to contain. Roosevelt Davis, I'm pushing content with the same effort as I do as a business owner offline. Now I'm seeing some results. That's the thing. I had a meeting with a friend today who has a business, and and it's the starting point because, like I said, she's real talented and everything, and she didn't know what to start with. And I just said, where do you make your money? And wherever you're making your money, triple what you're doing. And she went out to 2 networking events today and she made $2,000. So, and she has her own business, so it's a little different. But yeah, action is the greatest truth there is. You go ahead and you put that action in, you're gonna see some results, man. You're gonna see some results. It's inevitable. Best picks. Good talk, bro. Would you do a show on some of your subscribers' hustles and ideas? No. Typically, this is my position on subscribers, clients, people I consulted with. I don't share the information. If they want to create a channel and do it, that's fine. Because I've got some people, especially one guy who's got this now he sells on eBay, oddly enough, and he's killing it. And if he was to come out and do a show, or I was to talk about what he was doing, it would crush his business. Everybody would jump in on it. So that's not going to happen. Oh, the issue is making $70,000 a year. I want to leave, but I just don't know where to start. For you to leave that job, you're going to have to make 140 hustling. Otherwise, you're probably going to be there until they kick you out or you just get tired of it. See, it's hard to hustle when you're comfortable. I got a video. The comfort is the death of success. Let's see if I can find that real quick, because you can't be comfortable and hope to strive. It's just not going to happen. Let's see. Can I find it? I think I can. Here we go. Yeah, watch this video a few times tonight. Because unless you find some kind of why, you're not going to leave that job. It's just not happening. It's like people have relationships that are comfortable, certain situations that are comfortable, and they're just not going to leave them until they become uncomfortable. It's just not going to happen. So that's where you are. If I can spell right. Okay, I'll just slow down. And for those of you who come in late, understand that I'm talking to human beings here. Because that's another thing. People come in and it's like, hey, why are you bullshitting? Why are you fucking around? It's like, because it was a live show and there were people that was answering questions. People get a little cranky online, man. They really do. But yeah, just go ahead and check that video out. I will tell you, there will be some live events in Georgia. I found a few venues because I'm going to put together some workshops. Talking about it in the group, and I'll put out an email. But like I said, I've just asked a few people, getting some feedback, and we'll see how that goes. We'll definitely see how that goes. But when you're out there looking at information, just really, really understand that there's a cost to watch the enemy right now. I'm at 40 minutes and 48 seconds. You just spent 40 minutes of your life with me. There's a cost. I mean, you ate food. There's calories extended. You paid money for that food. It's not a huge, overwhelming cost, but nonetheless, it is a cost. And over time, it does become very substantial. This is something else. I curate who I listen to because I probably spend maybe 10 hours a month on continuing education. And the rest of the time I'm doing and testing and that type of stuff. So I spent so much time on personal development that I don't really do a lot of it. Now I do. And that kind of goes back to what I was saying in the beginning. The poorer you are, the more it makes sense to get as much information for sweat equity. Once again, it's not free. It is not free as possible to get as much of that information as possible with sweat equity. And then you will definitely see dividends. But once you start making money, you're going to have to start putting in strategies, processes, or you're going to be hustling backwards. You will be spending more time to make less because you've reached that point of diminishing returns. And you're going to have a different level of thought. Like one of the reasons that Zuckerberg and certain people who started the company and remain CEO is so special, it's a different kind of energy to start a company, and it's another kind of energy to run a company. And there's very few people who have both levels of energy. So that's what makes a job so special. That's what makes a Gates so special. That's what makes a Zuckerberg so special. It's just a different animal. So that's the deal. So for those of you who want to know, I'm going to jump into this real quick before I close this down. If you got a few questions, just go ahead and throw them in there. Some stuff that I've done is I've made, as we go back, you can get the big special or you can get a course at a time. Now, this is something that I've done for the people in the group. Members are of hustlerskungfu.com. I'm doing what's called pre-sale. Nothing's in there right now. It's just pre-sale. I'm going to add it because it just makes sense for people because once you buy the special, you get everything that comes on the site, old stuff and any new stuff. And what happens is people, when I put out something new, maybe 50% of the people jump on it. Then another 20% will jump on it 3 to 4 days later. And then another 30% will get it within 4 to 6 weeks. So I'm front loading this information. So when the course drops, they'll already be signed up and we won't have to have all these emails. But you can get a course at a time. And once again, pre-sale, there's nothing there. That's just something that's coming. And that should be a pre-sale. Yeah, that's a pre-sale. I'm going to start working on that this week. That's going to be a very short course. Then you have all these other courses. So for $450, you get 19 plus courses with more coming. So let me see if there's any questions here. Roosevelt Davis, one of my clients did not understand why I'm putting so much effort to use YouTube to make money and not opening a brick and mortar business. My answer to them has always been using this platform. some people just can't get it, man. They just don't get it. And why? Thanks. I started investing in stocks and bonds, also looking for small ways to make passive income no matter the amount. It's a start. How do I surround myself with real hustlers and not scammers? Go out in the world, create a networking group, start talking to people. Because see, this is something else that a lot of people don't understand. It is easier for you to go out and create a group or to talk to clients or go to networking events and make money faster than you will online, because online you're looking at 6 months to 2 years to build up your platform. So that's definitely the deal. So I want to say thanks everybody that came out tonight, and I will check you guys out later.